Chinese drum. And you know what? You change a lot of change the way of a lot of Chinese audience to see the movie, to watch a movie. Yeah, because in the past, most of Chinese audience, they just left the cinema when the movie ended. But you let them to looking for the Easter eggs. Yeah, they just wait for the cinema, in the cinema and looking for you in the superhero movies.
It's very kind of you to say what you said, and that is funny about people going to the movie to see my cameo.
Yeah. Could you please talk about your guest roles?
Well, they're just fun. They're silly. I mean, the only thing I joke about it, I say that's one reason the movies make so much money, because if somebody misses the cameo, let's say they turn down to take some popcorn and they miss it, then they run right to the box office and buy another ticket because they don't want to miss it. That's why the movies are so successful. That's why they make the cameos so short, so people will miss them. The movie I have the cameo in now is called Arch Alien, which Bill has written and will produce, and we're very, very excited about it because it's the first time that I'm involved in a movie that isn't just a superhero movie. It's even more than that, right?
Yeah, this is the only similarity it has with sort of Stan's prior characters in films is that it's an origination story. So it's a story about a young man evolving into a...
Don't tell her.
Okay, I won't do that. Well, anyways, that's the only similarity. It's not a superhero. This is very much grounded in reality. It's more like a superhuman, but it's definitely a human. Not a he's not radiated or bitten by a spider.
I think of him as a superhero, but I haven't told him that.
Yeah, right.
So could you please give me more information of this movie?
It's about a man who could be anybody. Something happens to him, and the something that happens to him involves ancient legends and all sorts of mystical things, and he evolves into something more than just an ordinary man. And it's the kind of story, I've done a lot of stories that were that type, but none like this before. This is really different than anything I've been involved with, and I'm so happy that Bill wrote it and the way he wrote it, and I think people are going to just love it.
Yeah, on the details of the movie beyond sort of the character, we are the script is written. We're just starting to cast. Stan's contribution now, and Gil's as well, is to help us really find the young man who is in the lead. But this is a co-production in the truest sense with Waleed Media, which is T's company, and George Say. We are going to be filming in New York, New Orleans, and Guangzhou, China. And there is a part of the story, actually very organically, very naturally, involves filming in China. So it's not in any way a contrivance. We're not forcing Guangzhou into anything. It actually fits the story. But it is really a reinvention. He's reinvented himself again in his 10th decade. And I think that we're going to be sort of recharacterizing what the Stan Lee legacy really is. And so I'm very proud to be involved with him. I think he's a genius. We're very proud to be involved with Waleed Media because they've been unbelievably supportive, and we have a very strong relationship. It's not really like producers and financiers. They're really kind of like family at this point. And so we're preparing it now. We're just hiring now. We have a start date of March 7th or 14th, depending on your New Year's celebrations. We haven't really decided yet whether we're going to shoot in the U.S. first or China. It looks like we'll probably do the United States first, and then we'll go to Guangzhou. And we're also probably going to be doing the post-production in China in Beijing. So.
But it's the kind of movie that really, I don't think it could be done anywhere, those scenes that are important, anywhere but in China. China is very important to this movie. The setting, the characters, the philosophy, Well, you'll see. You're going to be very surprised when you see this movie, because you will never have seen anything like it, and yet it will seem familiar because it's the kind of story that resonates in old legends all over the world, including China.
Yeah, the source mythologies behind all the great ancient legends.
And Stan, you have lots of fans in China. So, did you ever consider visit China?
If I could speak the language, but I don't speak it fluently. See, I just speak a little Chinese. I would love to spend some time in China. When I was there before, I loved it. I loved the people. I loved the bigness of it. When I walked the Great Wall, oh man, I felt I was walking on a legend, something I had read about as a child, and there I was, the Great Wall of China. I walked up the steps, walked a little bit, walked down a few steps, walked a little bit. I couldn't believe it. So China's a wonderful country, and the people, friendly and nice, and I love it. I love the Chinese, and I'm so happy that our story has so much to do with China, with ancient legends, and with the creation of a character the like of which you have never seen before.
So, will you come to China?
We're going in another week. We've been on a scout to Guangzhou already once. I spent a lot of time in China. I went to China in 1982, before I was in the entertainment business. I actually manufactured plastic shoes in Guangdong. But we are kind of fans of China. I actually wrote The Rape of Nanking for CCTV. The Iris Chang book, I adapted that. And we're doing The Flying Tigers over there, which is the big Chinese Air Force thing for DreamWorks. So, yeah, we'll be going over, and we're going to be filming sometime, probably in April. We're going to wait until the New Year's celebration. And then depending on weather, because that's your rainy season, we may shoot the New Orleans, New York part and wait till the weather gets a little bit better. But yeah, we'll be over there.
So Stan, will you consider Chinese actors or actresses in your movie?
We wouldn't have an Occidental person playing a Chinese.
No.
If the role calls for a Chinese person, and many roles do, we have Chinese actors, of course.
Fully, the third act of the movie all takes place in Guangzhou, so there are plenty of roles of Chinese. It's a real co-production with Hualin Media. It's true co-production.
There's one question from your Chinese fans. Yeah, if you make a Chinese superhero, does he or she must be good at Kung Fu?
Oh, I wouldn't have him unless he was good at Kung Fu. It's important. It's obligatory that they be Kung Fuers.
And we all know your favorite superhero is Spider-Man. So we would like to know which is your favorite villain.
My favorite villain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think maybe Galactus, because he could destroy the whole world if he wanted to. But luckily, our superheroes will stop him.
So why doesn't he is not a superhero but a villain?
He has a bad temperament. No, he has a bad temper, really. If he learned to control his temper, he'd be okay. But he gets too excited. Whenever he goes to see a movie that isn't a superhero movie, he gets so angry. And he walks out of the theater and he says, "When will they do a movie about an arch alien?" So he may turn good after our movie comes out, because that'll make him happy.
And you're busy at work, but you look good. So do you have any secret to keep healthy?
I don't look young at all. You should have seen me last year when I was only 91. Boy, did I look young.